Hi, hello, welcome back to my underwater aquatic interpretive dance studio. I appreciate you being here. If this is your first time viewing my channel, hi, my name's Jordan, also known as Bookishly Joe, and I'm so thankful that you are here today. In today's vlog, we're going to talk about our January wrap-up vlog of the books that I have read this past month, in the month of January 2026. It is a little bit more extensive than I thought it was going to be. So without further ado, we're just going to dive right on in. Starting with the first book that I read, we've got Queen of Nothing by Holly Black. I finished this a couple weeks ago and it was okay. I'm very glad to be done with the Wicked King series. I still have that little novella about how the Fairy King decided he hated stories, something along those lines. I'm excited to read that one. I ended up getting that from Target for $7. So I'm super excited to read that, but I also did need a little bit of a break from Holly Black because this was kind of boring. I'm not going to lie. I struggled through the 50% mark to the 75% mark, and then things picked up from 75 to finish. It was pretty great. Loved the ending. Was a bit bored by part of this. It was very political, and I'm figuring out through my reading journey that I'm not a political intrigue girly. So that was that. I don't really have much to say to that. It was just kind of okay. I really liked The Cruel Prince much more. But I did appreciate the character development that Jude went through, as well as Cardan. And the little plot twist at the end was oh, hello, that's surprising. So I really wasn't expecting the ending, but it was great. It was good. It was fine. Next up, we had Baby Birth by Sukehiro Tomita. And what can I say about this? It's bizarre. I really like the art style. We're just gonna get in super close with the art style. It was interesting. I'll say that for sure. It was kind of giving Sailor Moon vibes. I'm probably gonna get, I think it's only a 2-part series, so I'm gonna get the second volume. I hope it's a 2-part series because it was certainly intriguing. Next up, we've got Attack on Titan, Volume 9. I went a little crazy not even a little bit crazy. I got volumes 7 through 9. I'd read volume 7 and 8. I really needed to read volume 9, and I couldn't find it anywhere that I didn't have to just buy the digital copy of it. And I am a physical media type of girly, so I'm not going to buy licenses from Amazon to have a book that could be taken away from me. So we got the physical, got this at the comic book shop, brand new. I spent $10.99 per volume. So worth it. This, I'm intrigued. I am so intrigued about what's going to happen. I'm probably going to go to Barnes & Noble for the rest of them, probably just order them online because I am a premium member and I get discounts and points for other in-store credits. I was very surprised by the Titan that comes up in this volume. He's very ape-like. And some things happen. Some unexpected things happen with that Titan that you're what in God's name is going on with these friggin' Titans? Next up is honestly one of my favorite books that I read this month, and it's Voyage of the Damned by Frances E. White. Just Frances White. When I tell you, this was my actual favorite book. I slammed through this with the ferocity of a woman let loose. And if we're looking for flawed protagonists, if we're looking for flawed characters, if we're looking for a whodunnit, if we're looking for page turner, Voyage of the Damned. I don't know why more people aren't talking about this book. I really don't. This was fantastic. The world building, superb. There were 12
different characters in here. I'm double checking right now. Hold, please. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 characters.
Okay. And each one of them was unique. Each one of them was fully fleshed out. We come with maps. Okay. First map. Man. Pardon me, ma'am. First map. Boom. There. Standard fantasy map. And you're like, well, that must be it, right? No, it's not. We've got a map of the ship that they're on. It is so good, you guys. Like, I seriously don't know why I haven't seen this more on the socials. It's incredible. It's amazing. I love the gold foil. I love the fish. The fish is a very integral part of the story. And when I tell you that you need to check this out on Libby and potentially buy it if at all possible and you really like the story, absolutely. This was so worth it. I am for sure going to keep this on my shelves, and I will absolutely be annotating this later on. I loved D so friggin' much. I would recommend checking out the trigger warnings because there's a few. There's references to, you know what? I'm not even going to say them because some of the words I can't even say without our dear Lord Google getting mad at me. So I'm going to list them right here. Editing magic. So check out the trigger warnings before you read this book. If you are not thrown off by the trigger warnings, this is so worth it. So friggin' worth it. Oh my God, this was incredible. And lastly, and kind of leastly, was The God and The Gumiho by Sophie Kim. I had to take a second there. Appreciate the cover. We love the cover. I don't know if I'm going to continue the series. Although I say that now, I'm going to check it out on Libby for sure. I did have a hard time because obviously English is my first and primary language. I know like a fourth grader's version of Spanish, kindergarten level French, and 0 level for Korean. And that is mostly where this stems from. A lot of the names are Korean. I had a really hard time pronouncing them. Like my internal voice was like, I don't get this. So it really helped when I got the audiobook to do immersion reading. So this was pretty good. I kind of saw the end coming. I won't lie. I definitely saw the end coming a little bit. And it was like, oh, okay, that's how it's going to happen. Kind of cute. It was all right. But I did appreciate the development between Honey and Sukka. Gimli. Thank you for your input. Sorry, he's like chewing a box right now and I have absolutely no control over that. So Honey and Sokka's relationship absolutely goes from enemies to lovers and very much grumpy sunshine vibes. Grumpy sunshine. Sokka is the best grumpiness I've ever seen. He is insufferable is the best way to describe him. But, you know, rightfully so. He is a fallen god. So this was pretty fun. I had a good time. I think maybe I just finished it today. So maybe once I have a moment to sit on it a little bit more and kind of contemplate the book, I like to ruminate, really. I'll probably like it a little bit more than I do right now, but I thought the character development was excellent. Their love story, fantastic. It is definitely worth the read. Hold, please. And I'm back. I thought the pizza was ready. It was not. Needed a couple more minutes. So I liked The God and The Gumiho. I'm probably going to keep it on my shelves for another read later on. I did like the mystery aspect of it. And I loved their relationship as it developed. All right. So now that's on the docket is volume 2 of My Dress Up Darling by Shinichi Fukuda. Love this series. I have volume 1 in my library, and I realized that Libby had volumes 2 through up. I don't remember how far they went, but I'm excited to read that series, and I'll probably eventually buy them as we go. I do love me an adult-themed manga. For literature, I have Hooked by Emily McIntyre. I am precisely 1 chapter in. I have gone through the introduction and actually the prologue, if you will. And yeah, I'm hooked, as you might say. So I'm interested to see. I need a little bit of a palate cleanser. And then after I read these, I will be going into Empire of the Damned. And I'm so excited. I just needed a little bit of a palate cleanser from the God and The Gumiho. I'm not going to lie, I was kind of in a little bit of a reading slump this morning. So, other than that, I don't have anything else going on. I was knitting a hat. I finished a hat, realized that the hat was simultaneously too large and too small, and ended up just ripping the whole thing apart, and we're redoing it. So that was devastating. But we move on. You know, I figured out that with trial and error, there does come error. And I'm following a pattern this time around, so it'll be better this time. And yeah, that's really all I got. The pizza's going to be dinging any moment now, so I'm going to wrap it up here, keep it nice and short. I really appreciate you being here. If you want to leave a comment about your favorite book that you've read this month, just drop it in the doobly-doo down there. And let me know what you wanted to read and what you have planned on reading for February of 2026. Let me know. I'm super interested because I'm always looking out for more books. Anyway, with that being said, thanks so much for being here. Like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more from me. And I hope that you have a great rest of your night. Bye!